Hello there. Welcome to my eccentric academy. My name is Caedmon David, or as Gandalf might call me, Mr. Cow. So if you don't know what you're watching, this is a part of my Inktober series. Basically, I'm just going through and drawing all of the prompts given by the Inktober website, but also I'm sort of trying to create a interlocking mythology behind all of the pictures. The pictures, they all take place in the same world, the same universe. And what exactly is that universe? I don't know. You're just gonna have to wait and see to figure out. You're gonna have to hold your horses. But anyway, today's prompt is kind of a difficult one for me. It's starfish, and with that, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. When I saw the word pierce, I knew exactly what picture I was going to draw. But with starfish, I really do not know. So, with that being said, I have to get started on my actual drawing, so I can figure it out. So I would like to encourage you to, as you watch this video, to draw along your own Inktobers. And if you want to get really fun with it, you can create a mythology as well, just like I'm doing. And if you do that, I would love to hear all about it in the comments section. But with that being said, I really need to get started on the drawing, so I'm gonna do that. We'll see how this goes, but I figured I would do something a little bit different and actually have a little chat with you during my drawing. So anyway, I keep saying draw along, but there's probably not a lot of time to draw along. So hopefully by doing it this way, we can do it together. So anyway, I'm gonna start drawing. So I think the first thing that comes to mind is like maybe after Jefferson kills the Dracula with a mustache, the mustached Dracula. Maybe he finds like a treasury, and in that treasury is some sort of a starfish creature. I don't know for sure if I like the idea of that. It almost seems a little too easy to me, as well as it doesn't seem like it's sort of, covering any new ground. I sort of want something in my mythology that is more different, let's say. But we'll see sort of where my hands take me as I draw this, because I've said it before, but I don't feel like I really create anything when I draw. I feel like I'm just kind of discovering stuff, but that's kind of where I'm at now. Is I don't feel like I want to create anything. I just want to, discover the picture on the page that hasn't been drawn yet, so to speak. But anyway, that may sound a little pretentious to you, and it probably is, but that is how I think about it, and that's kind of a lot of how it feels. Like, it's more of like just letting my subconscious take over with the drawing. So that's kind of where it is. I don't know how interesting this part will be to watch, but like I said, this is kind of for you to draw along with. So it's just gonna be a little chill. Mountain Dew is the drink I am drinking right now. I don't know, I might finish this, and this is the weirdest way to do videos, not fun at all, doesn't work at all, but I wanted to try it. I would kind of, I kind of feel like I have a bit of an itch to make something sort of more cozy, I guess you could say. And, you know, that's sort of what I want to do here. Just give you something that you can turn on and, you know, see if you know, maybe you can feel like you're sort of in a safe space, or, you know, you just want to hear me ramble for some weird reason that I could not understand. Yeah, I don't know if I like this or not, because I keep feeling like I have to talk. And like, I don't know, I feel like it would kind of make sense to do a live stream like this, but as of right now, I'm like, I don't really know what the point of this in particular is, but, you know, we'll try it. So yeah, if anyone ends up watching this, you can comment below and tell me if you like me rambling while I'm drawing, and if so, I guess I'll do it again, and maybe I'll try and find something to maybe make it work a little bit better, or something like that, you know. I've really been interested in, as it may be, I guess you could say just like experimenting with my videos, because I'm trying to find something, like I'm trying to find my style and do something that I like doing, but also people like watching. And it's kind of hard to figure out what people like watching when you don't really have an audience. So, and like, you know, even though I don't really have an audience, I am like starting to realize this channel is getting a small audience, where there's like at least 10 people watching every video, and yeah, that seems like, oh, that's not an audience at all, you know, compared to like actual YouTubers. And yeah, that's not, but still that is you know, 10 people and watching every single video. Now it's probably different people, it's not probably the same 10 people, but still that's probably a few of the same people. And I've got 30 subscribers. Oh, that's my bedtime alarm. But I am not going to bed right now because this is more important. Anyway, the channel has 30 subscribers, and I've been doing some podcasts that are, I'm trying to bring other people into the Eccentric Academy. That's part of why the channel used to be called Mr. Cow's Eccentric Academy, then changed it to the Eccentric Academy, because my hope is that more and more it won't just be a place for me to rant about videos and create and stuff like that, but I hope that it will be a place where a lot of people get to do that. And my brother, who's great, he is starting to make videos for this channel as well, and I'm quite excited for that. I think he's really good at presenting to a camera, I guess. So I'm excited to see what he might, what he might come up with and what he might do. But yeah, it's really just this sort of it's really just this sort of like experimental phase where I'm sort of throwing spaghetti at walls and seeing what's gonna stick, and if people are gonna latch on to things. Now there is part of me that's like gets sort of downhearted because a lot of times it seems like the more I move away from what I actually want to make, the more sort of attention something gets, where it's like, if I could make 1,000 videos about, someone like Jordan Peterson, right? I put Jordan Peterson in my video on incels in science fiction, which I think is actually a really good video, by the way. But, right away I got a whole bunch of views on that, and I'm like, well, that makes sense, Jordan Peterson is a very popular figure, but then, there's part of me that's like, oh, this is how people sort of game the system. So they make videos talking about, Joe Rogan, Jordan Peterson, whoever, and they sort of, they can get a lot of views that way. I'm like, but yet, I can spend a long time making cartoons and I won't get any views. So with that being said, I'm like, well, where do I go with that, and that's still what I'm trying to figure out. But my hopes are that, somewhere around a corner sometime soon, more of what I want to make and that sort of thing will actually become more clear. But, it's difficult trying to make a YouTube channel and figure out what you want to be your brand and all that fun stuff. I don't know, it's kind of weird, kind of hard, but I think I'll name this video Caedmon Rambles About Everything for however long this ends up being. Because that's what it seems like it's gonna be. Alright, so I have something to show you. So we'll take a look at this. This is, oh, I don't know if you can see it with my new lighting setup. But I suppose I'll put it up on the screen. This is the Jefferson character, and I don't know what this has to do with the starfish yet. I'm gonna work that out now, I guess. But yeah, here he is. So I'm gonna figure out starfish now. So my initial thought is I could just put a starfish on his shoulder, but then I feel like that is a little too similar to my weave picture, where it's a fairy with a spider. So yeah, I guess I'll talk to you about Jefferson while I let my brain figure out what I'm going to do next. So Jefferson is a character that from my animations initially, and he's kind of like my character, and he's kind of the Mad Hatter, right? He's the Mad Hatter in my universe. But anyway, he's sort of like, when I don't know what to draw, he's been sort of like the go-to of like, oh, draw Jefferson doing something. And then that way it can sort of like add to your lore, you know. It's kind of what I'm doing with INKTOBER, just draw things and then it'll give me ideas to add to my lore for my animations and stuff like that. So that's sort of what I'm doing. But yeah, obviously this character who has shown up in my INKTOBERs is Jefferson. And I think Jefferson is pretty cool. I don't know what else to say besides you can watch my video on him. It's probably not entirely like canonical, let's say. I think there's things that I'm still gonna change about like his backstory and stuff like that. But as of right now, I think that's sort of the closest thing to what is actually canon with Jefferson right now. So I guess maybe I'll link that video. I don't want to put too much work into this video, you know, because I have to do one of these every day. And, you know, I'm just thinking about how editing this one is gonna kind of be a disaster. So yeah. It almost makes me sort of wonder if I want to rethink how I'm doing this. but it's neither here nor there. I guess if you're seeing this, you'll know if I decided to go that route, or if I decide to go a different route. I don't know. Maybe I should start streaming me drawing. I think that could be kind of fun. Could maybe give like audience members a chance to sort of influence while I'm drawing. But I don't know. This isn't really a artwork channel though. So I'm like, how much do I want my brand to be tied to art? I don't know. It's, again, that's the sort of thing that you have to figure out when making a YouTube channel, because it seems like it would be fun and easy, right? For me, I'm like, oh, I'm full of ideas. I won't have trouble finding out what kind of content I want to make. But then, it's almost like I have too many ideas and I can't do them all. So then I have to use a writing term, I have to figure out which of my little darlings to kill. YouTube, please don't get mad at me for saying I'm gonna kill little darlings. Yeah, so I don't know. I just don't know, but I guess you'll see what I come up with, what I do. Maybe if anyone looks back on this later on in the channel's lifetime, it might be kind of interesting to just see as oh yeah, he had no idea what he was doing back then. So yeah, I am curious to see if this video will have more, there will be more of a reception to this video, because I know, people always say that, on YouTube, audiences just want to, get to know you, and, they like it to be personal and authentic. So yeah, I guess if this video is anything, it is personal and authentic, and frankly, a weird waste of time. Probably I shouldn't say that to people who I want to keep watching my video, but I don't know, it's hard for me to not see all of my videos as just being a waste of time, because I don't know, I think there's value to them, but I think there's a lot of channels out there that have that same value but do what I do better than I do it. And I don't know, maybe there's not, or maybe I just don't see things in my own stuff because I'm just my worst critic. But I don't know. I don't know. is something else you have to realize when you make videos is, like, you aren't gonna like your first videos. And it's gonna be really hard to post them. It's actually a lot of videos that I've made. I'm like, I don't know if I actually want to post. I don't know if I actually want to post this, because, like, something I say is kind of embarrassing, or, like, it's maybe like I get a little too open in some of my videos. It's something I think a lot about, because, I tend to be very personal, just in the way I talk, and, sometimes when I'm talking, I fear that I'm oversharing, so, yeah. I don't know, this is a weird type of video content. Is there anyone who makes videos like this? Where they just draw and, like, shoot the breeze with the camera? Because, like, this, it seems like there's a lot of streamers that do this sort of thing. Or, like, if there was someone else sort of doing a podcast, yeah. This name drop might get me in a bit of trouble, but I know on Shad Brooks, the Culture Crusade, I believe, is his podcast on his Night Watch channel, but his comic writer friend, which I really like him, by the way. I was a fan of his work before I even watched Shad's videos. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but unless I'm mistaken, he is the artist that does the Injustice comics, which, man, those I like a lot. I think they're very good. So, there's a recommendation for you, is the Injustice comics. So yeah, check those out, I guess. But I kind of think later on they sort of started to go downhill a little bit. But definitely in the beginning they're like, top notch. Man, I hope this video isn't, like, too weird. It is sort of a weird premise, I think. I don't know if I even finished my thought. I was going to say, that comic book writer that I forget his name, he often will draw during the Culture Crusade. I think that's what the podcast is called. So, like, there is precedence for, like, people drawing during a podcast. I don't know. I wish maybe it would be better if I had a camera right here looking at what I was drawing, instead of just you looking at my face. But I don't know. I think I said this before, but I want to, with these videos, I want to capture a sort of cozy feeling. So, like, I don't know, just like something that you can look forward to turning on, and you can kick off your shoes and just hang out, just be chill. But you know, maybe that is what this will be, or maybe it won't be. Maybe this will end up on the cutting room floor, metaphorically, of course, and you know, you'll never know. The audience will never see it. It's possible. I might decide to do that. Or, you know, I might just like give this sort of style a chance and see if people, you know, engage with it, if they're sort of into it, if they think it's fun, if they think it's good. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see how it works out. I meant to say, I watched a movie the other night. It had Hawkeye in it, and it was called Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters. It was not particularly good. It was a MTV movie, and it felt very much like a MTV sort of movie. But it was fun because it had Hawkeye as it had Hawkeye as Gretel from Hansel and Gretel. I don't know, that sort of thing where like it's fairy tales, but it plays them like dark and serious and stuff like that. It always ends up really cheesy, but I also really like it. So it's like, I don't know, I feel like there's a version of it somewhere that is actually really good, where it's like fairy tales, but it's played really dark and spooky and sort of mature, you know? But as far as I know, there hasn't really been anything that does that well. Snow White and the Huntsman might be the best example of something like that. I don't remember exactly what that movie was, if it was good at all, really. But I remember sort of thinking, hey, this isn't bad. But I was very young when I saw it. So who knows? Well, I have part of this done. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the part of this, because I make the rules here. This is my school. Okay, so there he is, Mr. Jefferson Strange. I'm not sure if you can see, but there is right there the outline of the starfish. I don't like it. I'm going to erase it. I'm going to do something else, some different starfish thing. So that's where I'm at. But yeah, if you watch my animations, you'll know that I like that sort of twisted fairy tale type stuff, because that's what a lot of them are. Maybe just for kicks and giggles, I'll do this as a premiere. It'll almost be like a live stream, which I feel would almost make more sense for the sort of video this is. But yeah, no, it's really hard to as a YouTuber to be to know where you actually have something to offer, and to, I guess, know where you don't, really. Yeah, and especially as a brand new one trying to figure out how to make videos that people will engage with. It is an odd thing, let's say. But my hopes are that, again, I can create something that I like doing, and I can again give that sort of platform to other people that I think could do a good job, if they had the means to do YouTube stuff. So, I don't know. I don't know if anyone will even watch a video like this or anything. I may never have that audience I want, or I guess I may never have that audience I'm sort of hoping for. But I think in one form or another I'm gonna keep doing YouTube videos, till I die or it becomes non-option for whatever reason. Which, who knows? Who knows? Who knows what the future holds? But I'm trying to think if there's anything else that has been on my mind that I can talk about. Sort of had a bit of writer's block. I don't know if, I don't have anything of value to say about that. But yeah, I've been, every once in a while I go through a phase where I'm I don't feel like making anything. And, it kind of sucks. It sucks when you want to be making stuff, but you also don't want to be making stuff. Sometimes I think it's just hard work, it's exhausting, working, more or less full-time, and then coming home and trying to get myself to make YouTube videos, and I'm I feel exhausted, and then on top of that there's animation, which you usually have a full team of people doing, and I'm trying to do it by myself, and then getting upset when I'm oh, it doesn't look professional. And then it's like, well, what I mean by professional, though, is it doesn't look like it was made by, like, a group of, you know, like, however many people who, you know, work a long time and they're paid to do it. They don't have any other, like, jobs in the way or stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know, like, what the ins and outs of. I don't know if I even like this. How this is coming. I don't know if I like how this video is coming. Maybe I'll just crop it down extensively, and then there will be a presentable video out of me rambling. Or maybe I'll just say, hey, whatever, if people watch it, they watch it, and then post it and see if anyone watches. But part of me is like, it seems like it would be my luck that a video like this, where it's just a lot of nothing, would get a lot of attention, and then the sort of like reviews and stuff that I spend a lot of time working on, you know, just don't get that much attention. But I sort of learned that I made back on my animation channel when I was doing more than just animation over there. I did a super basic video. It was just ranking the doctors from Doctor Who, and that is one of the most well-performing videos over on that channel. And I'm like, oh, come on. I spend so much time working on animation, and then, you know, I do a stupid little video where I'm just saying how much I like different actors playing the Doctor. And all of a sudden, like, that's the thing that gets all the attention. And I don't know, I don't even know why that's the content that, like, people are drawn to. I think, like, do people go to YouTube, I wonder, to find friendship? Like, I don't know, is YouTube, like, just a place for extremely lonely people? No, it's something worth thinking about. And I guess the next question would be, if that's the case, is that a problem? I would say yes. If, like, this video was preventing people from actually having real friends, right? If they had a fake friendship with me, and then, like, they didn't actually have any real friends in real life, I would say, okay, I'm done. You know, I'm preventing the person from making real friends and having real relationships. So, you know, no more. Oh boy. Well, this is probably the worst Inktober I've done yet. Maybe because I'm not giving it my all, because I'm spending too much time chatting it up with viewers that may or may not be here. I think if I do another Inktober like this, I think I will try to have some sort of a camera looking at the picture itself. I don't know if, I guess that will have to be the only camera, because this camera that you're seeing me through right now is currently the only one I have. The only one with like any amount of good quality, at least. For sure. Yeah. So, anyway, with that being said, I think I'm done. I'm not happy with this one. It looks a little silly. But, you know, some will be hits and some will be misses. And today is, as far as I can tell, a bit of a miss. But, you know, maybe you'll see it and you'll really like it, and you'll say, more like that. Okay, so here it is, Inktober, day number, whatever day it is today, I think 7. Yeah, so this is Starfish, and we have Jefferson Strange possibly being taken prisoner by Starfish Boys. I'll put it up on my board, but I have no idea where this connects. So, yeah, but, you know, I guess I'm going to end this video here, and then when I have more connected material, we can bring this one back up and we can talk about its place on the wall. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you liked listening to me ramble for who knows how long, my camera says 25 minutes. It's been longer than that. Anyway, if you enjoyed this style of video, first off, what's wrong with you, you psychopath? And secondly, let me know, because I may or may not do it again, even if you like it. I don't know that I like it. So, again, throwing spaghetti at the wall, we'll see what sticks. But, you know, if you like any of what I have to say, feel free to like the video, subscribe if you want, and, you know, I promise whatever I make from this point onwards, it might be good, it might be bad, but it will definitely be a ride, and it will definitely be an experience. So with that being said, class dismissed. Farewell, my friend. Take it easy.